I want to talk about a game that changed the way I see things. Not just in gaming, but in life. That game is Omori. This isn't really a review or an analysis, it's more of a reflection about how Omori helped me understand myself better, and how it gave me a kind of comfort that I didn't even know I needed. For a long time, I struggled with depression, that heavy, quiet kind that follows you everywhere. There were times where I genuinely believed that I was worthless, like I didn't belong anywhere and nobody liked me. It's not easy to admit, but it's the truth. And for a long time, games were kind of an escape, a way to step out of my head for a while. But Omori wasn't like other games. It didn't try to distract me from my pain. It made me look at it, and somehow it helped me start to understand it and see life a little differently because of it. Before playing Omori, I didn't really think much about healing. I was used to living with the constant, quiet self-hatred. I thought that was just how it always was going to be. When you're in that constant place for so long, you start to believe it's permanent, that there's no real light on the other side. I played games as distractions. I wasn't looking for anything deep. I just wanted to not feel like me for a while. And then Omori came along. I'd heard things about it, that it was emotional, that it got dark, but I didn't expect it to reach into me the way it did. From the very beginning, when you're in Whitespace, that small, empty room where everything feels clean, quiet, and safe, I felt something strangely familiar. That stillness, that comfort in isolation, it was something I'd known too well. Whitespace is this perfect metaphor for disconnection. It's sterile, peaceful, but also empty. When I first saw it, it almost felt soothing. Like, yeah, this is what it feels like to be alone and safe from everything. But as the story goes on, you start to realize that Whitespace isn't safety, it's avoidance. It's where Omori hides from reality. It's where you hide from the things you can't face. And that hit me hard, especially because that's what I was doing, living in my own version of Whitespace, cutting myself off from others and pretending things didn't hurt because I didn't want to confront them. The game doesn't tell you that directly, but it shows you through repetition, through silence, and through the little cracks in the walls. Playing through those early hours, I didn't know what I was feeling exactly, but it was something close to recognition. As the game goes on, Omori starts slowly pulling away from the comfort of the dream world. At first, everything feels whimsical. The colors, the characters, the music. It's like this sweet, childlike place. But the further you go, the more things start to feel off. The world becomes distorted, the tone shifts, and you start realizing that this isn't just a weird dream. It's a reflection of trauma. For me, that slow unraveling mirrored how it feels when you start confronting your own pain. It's never one big realization. It's a lot of small cracks that keep growing until you can't ignore them anymore. The game forces you to look at the parts of yourself you want to keep buried, and I remember feeling genuinely uncomfortable at points. Not because it was scary, but because it felt too close to home. At its heart, Omori is a story about guilt. It's about what happens when we can't forgive ourselves for something we've done, or even for just existing when we feel like we shouldn't. The idea of repression, of locking away memories that hurt too much, it hit me deeply, because for years I'd been doing the same thing emotionally. Not literally hiding memories, but pushing away things that made me feel weak or ashamed. When the truth of Omori's story starts to unfold, you realize that all that pain, all that hiding, it's not sustainable. The game's message isn't about punishment, it's about compassion. about the idea that even when you've done something you can't change, you still deserve the chance to heal. And I think that's what changed me the most. The idea that forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it just lets you move forward with it. There's one scene that I'll never forget, and it's the one that broke me in the best way possible. It's at the end, after everything you've been through, when Sonny finally confronts the truth and tells his friends what happened. Then he leaves, driving away quietly as the screen fades. That moment hit me harder than I expected. It's not triumphant, it's not happy, it's bittersweet, quiet, uncertain, and human. But it's real. It's the feeling of letting go, not forgetting, but accepting. I remember sitting there, just staring at the screen after the credits rolled and breathing. It felt like closure, not just for Sunny, but for me too. Because I realized I'd been holding on to so much pain, so much hate for myself, and for once, I saw it differently. I saw that maybe I didn't have to carry it forever. Omori taught me that life isn't about erasing the bad parts. It's about learning to live with them. It's about forgiving yourself, even if you can't forget. It showed me that it's okay to be flawed, to be scared, and to feel lost sometimes. That doesn't make you broken, it just makes you human. After finishing the game, I started thinking differently about myself. I started noticing the small things, the people around me, the quiet moments that I used to ignore, and I realized how much I'd been shutting myself out from the things that could have made me feel alive. Amori didn't magically fix me, but it helped me start to be kinder to myself, and that alone changed everything. If you've ever felt like you're a waste of space, like the world would be better off without you, I get it. I've been there. I've lived in that headspace for years. But if there's one thing Omori helped me understand, it's that your existence matters. Not because of what you do or what you achieve, but simply because you're here. You're part of something. The game's message to me was never about avoiding pain. It was about understanding it, learning to face yourself, to talk about it, to let others in. And that's something I want to carry with me for the rest of my life. When I think back to who I was before playing Omori, I realize how different I am now. Not in a huge way, but in small, quiet ways that matter. I try to appreciate the moments with people more, and I try to be present. I try to forgive myself when I fall back into old habits. Life still has hard days, and I know it always will, but I don't hate myself for them anymore. And that to me is the real gift that Omori gave me. So, to anyone who might be struggling right now, don't give up. You're not alone in what you feel. And even if it doesn't feel like it, there's still time to make new memories. This game reminded me that pain isn't the end, it's just part of the story. And as long as you're still here, there's still more story left to tell.